Who's there? What do you want? We're just sitting here, not bothering anybody, so there's no need to bother us. Bran? Ha! I've been wondering how that old harpy's doing. We haven't seen each other in a while. You can go. If you know our sister's name, that means you survived meeting her. That's enough for me to let you pass by.
Blow for blow. You're no match for your money.
Oh, thank you for stopping. People usually run away when they hear me speaking to them, so that's definitely a nice, though unexpected, change. You must be really brave or really stupid. Which one is it? Well, that's either really smart of you or really stupid then. Who am I to judge, though? Oh, I most certainly did. It may sound a bit weird, though. But since it seems I won't be moving anytime soon, I do have a small favour to ask. There's a druid's tomb nearby. I can see it from here. Almost every single night his spirit rises from the grave and does unspeakable things with the fae or dryads that swarm around this place. I mean, good for him, but I do have to watch it, you know? And it is, let me tell you, disgusting. Well, get rid of him, of course. He's not human anymore. All that's left is a perverse, hungry spirit, raised from its grave by the weirdness. And you must know that the weirdness can do anything. I wouldn't want to find out what it will transform this hungry spirit into when enough time passes. Honestly, I'd fear for my life. If I was still alive. Sure. I'll be happy not to be able to watch it anymore. And it's not like I can close my eyes, you know?
Remain vigilant.
Watch your backs. You'll be fertilizing the soil!
I will be your downfall. Show me what you are made of. We ain't safe here. Not right. I will. This is how it's done. Your gold belongs to us. You're no match for our band.
Don't even say that. Someone comes, lights the Menhir, and then dies on all watch? People would be at my door with pitchforks.
He's waking up. Welcome back to the land of the living, our hero.
Help him up, Ansem. Welcome to my home. Quite a scene unfolded at the Menhir, with you at the heart of it. I can't decide if I'm more delighted or surprised. What was it that made the Menhir react to you? The local Menhir here have been rather lifeless for quite some time. Then you come along, breathe life into what was dead, and, whether you meant to or not, alter the course of our history. That's how I see it anyway. Tell me, do you know what this Menhir represents? So they say. The Menhirs were raised by Merlin to ward off the ancient mists that burst monsters beyond human comprehension. But none of this matters in our current situation. Here, the Menhir represents something more. For some, it's a symbol of freedom and independence. Strength, if you will. It shows that the people of Connacht, my subjects, can face any challenge, even at the world's end. And for others, like our guest from Camelot, whom I'm sure you've seen, it's a symbol of power. Power once granted by King Arthur, and therefore by Camelot. And power that has been granted can be taken away. Officially, they say they want to gather all the Menhir scattered across Avalon, set them around Camelot, and bring people there to ensure their safety. That is, if they can figure out how to restore the power of the Menhirs. I don't think we know each other well enough to speak on unofficial terms. I'm well aware. And now we're also facing an outbreak of the Red Death, which will no doubt influence Camelot's decision on whether to offer my people shelter. But with the Menhir reignited, the people of Connacht will be even less willing to give up and go to Camelot. If anything, I expect rebellion to break out. And bloodshed is something neither we nor the capital want. I don't know, to be honest. It's not something I could admit publicly, but I feel both sides have a point. I understand the people who don't want to abandon their homeland, and I understand the knights, who must face a long-lost terror and find a solution to an impossible problem. Believe me, being a lord in times like these is a heavy burden. Calamity Shield, you say? An unusual request. That shield rests beneath the Menhir, and legend has it that it used to fuel its power for centuries. I don't mind if you look at it, touch it, whatever you need. Just don't take it. It's a treasured relic, and the people of Connacht are quite attached to it. And you're probably just as attached to your head, which you'll lose if we catch you trying to steal the shield. I want you to speak with Dinho, and try to calm him down. He's the commander of Camelot's forces stationed in Connacht, and as you probably imagine, your presence here didn't exactly make his job easier. With the Menhir active again, everything could change. If you need anything, speak to Ansem. He's the one who decides what's worth my time.
I should stay out of trouble. Just passing through. Good.
I have no idea. The Menhirs were Merlin and Nimue's domain. I was mostly just relieved they worked. Although I've always felt an odd sense of familiarity with them. I think they reacted to the power we now wield. The Four-Dweller element within us. But why and how? That's beyond even my understanding. But tell me, are you well? You were unconscious for a while. I'm not inside your mind. I can watch, and sometimes I can help, but nothing more than that. Your feelings, your pain, they're yours alone. I cannot take them from you, nor shield you from them. Throughout my life, I've rarely been idle. This helplessness feels unsettling at times. Good. That's good. You're admirably resilient. You remind me of some of my knights. The ones who helped me to build Avalon. Never surrendering, never backing down. We may not have chosen each other's company, but I'm glad it's you I ended up traveling with. Well, the apple has fallen far from the tree. I don't see the heir of Palamedes in him. His ancestor was a ruler devoted to his people. He was even capable of defying me when the situation called for it. I always respected him for that. And Yvain, I see a man trying to please everyone. That is the gravest sin a leader can commit. Decisions are never easy, but they must be made. I see that the current Lord is trying to delay that moment, and I fear it's his people who will suffer most because of his indecision. I know much time has passed. I just hope Palamedes' bloodline wasn't diluted by the carelessness of one of Yvain's foremothers.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. And there will never be anything. Gold. Ah, yes. The true nothingness. Hello there. It's nice to see a new face, especially from this side of the bars, if you know what I mean. So, you're looking for the children. That means one of two things. You want in, or you're in the way. See, that's the wrong answer. If you knew the words, you wouldn't need to ask. And that.
face every threat. I'll strike you down. My shield is a fortress. I will be your downfall. You're no match for me. Your armor won't save you. Back to you. Prepare for battle. I'll strike you down. See fear in your eyes. I will be your downfall. My arm has never failed me. Your armor won't save you. Strength of 100 men. Blow for blow. Back. Your armor won't save you. You'll pay for that insult. You're no match for me.
Traveler. Wouldn't wander out there if I were you. Nights are getting darker, and the weirdness seems to creep closer every cursed night. Are you really that out of the loop? Monsters. The kind that don't fancy staying put in old drunkards' tales. And they're getting bolder, coming closer to the fields. These stubborn soil kissers here won't budge, clinging to their rotten roots like it's all golden. Someone's got to keep the Night's Teeth from their doors. So, here I stand. Well, I might have something that could light your way, and singe a monster or two while you're at it. Fire arrows. These beasts hate fire even more than I hate my posting. For a few coins, they're all yours. Good luck out there.
Another vessel of flesh wandering these damned lands. I sensed the stench of mortality upon you from miles away. Was it the church? The druids? Or have the old gods marked you as their sacrifice? Don't answer. All paths lead to eternal darkness. The wheel of suffering turns without purpose. You seek the crossroads, like all others before you, as if it would save you from what awaits beyond the veil. I am Baharit, a knight of the abyss. It's where the weak gather, desperately clinging to the illusion of hope, to their prisons of flesh. It does offer temporary shelter, one final respite before the eternal night. Your soul is marked by corruption. I can see the void growing within you. If you seek liberation from the chains of flesh, I can open the gateway. Your life has been nothing but a cosmic joke, but your death could become a sacrament. Just say the word. Then my vigil ends at last. Still clinging to the flesh. Excellent.
Then we move forward. A crow in a uniform is still a crow. No doubt he greased the right palms, whispered the right threats. You cut that short. But we're not done. The next one won't be so easy. Maybe you're just that good. Better in the shadows than those you hunt. Or maybe fate itself is watching over you, guiding your hand. But if I were you, I'd take it as a sign I'm doing the gods' work. This time, it's a nameless Dalariata, formerly of the Third tribe, now known as Wither, a mage. He's holed up in a cave near the swamps, no doubt twisting the weirdness to his advantage. The children aren't just killers, they're opportunists. If they've taken a liking to him, it means he's dangerous. And if we don't stop him, he'll be worse. Be careful. Steel alone won't save you against magic.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the Red Death. My struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon. When you hear the word, follow it. Set an example for other outcasts, with your faith and with your testimony. The word is our only chance to rid ourselves of the plague's taint. And if the word commands you to kill your brothers for spreading heresy, do so, for such is his way. If the word commands you to besmirch your father's name, do so and discard your sullied self, for such is your way.
Hello there. Looking for solid, affordable gear? You've come to the right place. Ah, but where are my manners? I'm Alwyn, and you, my dear stranger, look like you're in dire need of a resupply. Well, The men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelosians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on but our stalls, the better for us. It's a bit of a shame I'll have to delay visiting my brother at the Horns of the South, but he'll understand. He always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day. Careful with that.
This is my shield, but there's no part of my soul inside. We need to look somewhere else. but I can feel the missing part. Close. Maybe it's the men here. Maybe it needs something from us.
You doing okay?
Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons, and all of it made by my own hands. With science! No tricks, no vile spells. Yes, all magic is a scam. An illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience, not some fickle power from another world. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. I've laid it all out, why the magical plague must be wiped from Avalon.
Nice to see you. Welcome! I haven't seen you around before, but since you decided to visit, I can tell that you have excellent taste. One day, a friend of mine asked me if her new dress looked good, and I told her, "You have excellent taste." She was tickled pink and said, "Oh, do you really think so?" And I said, "Absolutely. After all, you came to me for advice." Now, let's get down to business. My name is Osmond. If you're in need of a bow or some arrows, I'm here to explain everything and offer you some advice. No. Good advice is always handy, especially when it comes from someone experienced. And believe me, when it comes to archery, I'm not just an expert, I'm beyond that. In fact, I'd be surprised if you found anyone on Avalon who knows more about it than I do. Well, find me someone else who's been doing this for over 40 years. Every aspect of it. Back in '84, I was chosen to represent Connacht in the team archery tournament. And I wasn't even a lick over 18 back then. During one round, we were shooting at targets 100 meters away. The target was the size of a small apple and the wind was blowing from the left. So, I took aim, and wham! Right in the middle. Even the captain of the Camelot team jumped up and asked, "Have you got any more like this one? Maybe the boy would rather shoot for us." If you were older, you surely would have heard of me. I could have been the first of Avalon's archers. They almost knighted me. But as it happened, I joined the watch, got married, and, well, that was that. Hey, if only I'd had the common sense back then that I have now. About Connacht, what do you want to know? There's not much to say. They told us the men here's gone out, and now they want to move us along with it, but the way they're handling it, they've been here for weeks. If I were in charge of the Camelot troops, we'd have been done in 3 days. He's a good man, but that woman of his, oh, mother preserve me. She once set herself on fire along with half the mansion. Yvain nearly lost his life trying to save her. Honestly, I'd have just let her burn. She wants to go up in smoke, be my guest. It's a shame about the mansion, though. I was born here, and I've been shooting a bow ever since I was a wee lad. Even as a nipper, I had better aim than boys 5 years older than me. Around 81 or 82, I remember being allowed to practice with the adults, even though I was only 14 or so. One time, our master, we called him Uncle, gathered us in a meadow. He said, "Lads, we're gonna have a contest. Whoever shoots the farthest gets a honeyed apple and a beer from me." They were shooting and shooting, but I just took one glance, aimed, and whoosh. My arrow flew half again as far as their farthest shot. 300 meters, easily. So they turned to me and went, "Come on, Osmond, we can't compete with you. You always win." "Osmond, you always win," that's what they said. I could have joined Camelot's army. With my aim, they would have made me one of the royal archers. But leaving was tough, especially since the girls here love to watch me shoot. They squeal with delight every time. And in Camelot, during a war, who knows what might have happened, so I decided to stay in Connacht and join the Watch. In the Watch, I taught others to shoot. Some of them loved those lessons so much they kept practicing even after sunset. So I'd ask them, "What are you doing here? You can't even see the target." And they'd reply, "Oh, but the lessons with you are just too short, and we're really excited about archery." I kept participating in tournaments. People often bet against me, claiming I couldn't hit a bird in flight or a birch as thin as 2 fingers. I usually came out on top, earning a decent amount of money. But somehow it all just vanished over time. Then I quit the Watch and began trading in top-quality bows and arrows. That's all there is to know about me. Oh, and I have an adult daughter, but I'm not sure if she's still around. She left Connacht and we lost touch. Gossip is for women and innkeepers. You should see Morag for that. She's both. She's a good one. About 3 years ago, I helped her fix her roof because her husband had died, and there was no one else to do it. She still mentions it. "Osmond, you fixed that roof better than any roofer could." She tells me that every time she sees me. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I've written a letter to Lord Yvain, a few suggestions on how, in my view, he ought to handle this whole business with Camelot. Figured he could use a bit of advice from someone with strategic sense, a head for negotiation, and a touch of military experience. Would you take it to him? You've got younger legs, and I'd rather not leave my stall unattended. I'll give you a few coins for your trouble. Brilliant! Here you go. Just don't lose it. I've only got the one copy, and I've no mind to write it all out again.
You doing okay? You're not here to talk about the men here, are you? Oh, please say no. Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. You got a look about you. I bet you've been to some dangerous places, haven't you? I'm Bonksy, by the way. I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition.
Have some spare food or coin?
I didn't mean to be a bother. I'm really sorry.
Oi, you there, Sleeping Beauty. I saw them carrying you into Yvain's mansion. You feeling better now? Good. Would have been a shame if something happened to the one who lit up the menhir. No wonder they brought you straight here. Tell me, did you get to see our lord? Or just that snake of his, Anselm? Sorry, stranger. I meant no offense. Name's Morag. I'm the innkeeper around here, though, as you've probably seen, there's not much of an inn left to keep. Truth is, I was hoping that, with what happened at the menhir and all, you might have Lord Yvain's ear. Maybe you'd be kind enough to whisper a thing or two into it on my behalf? Camelot shut down my inn. Said it was because of the Red Death, but the Red Priests have been here for ages, and they never had a problem with my place. And last I checked, Yvain's still our lord, not one of those Camelocians. What gives them the right to meddle in our business? I thank you, stranger. All I want is a straight answer. The least he could do is make Camelot pay me some kind of compensation. Damn bastards come in here acting like they own all of Connacht. I'll wait here for you.
If I just stay put, everything will be just fine. Ah, a new face. I am Anselm, Major Domo to Lord Yvain. Any business to be done in Connacht usually passes through my hands first. From managing the court's affairs to ensuring Connacht doesn't collapse under its own weight, it's my duty to keep things running smoothly. Not an easy task, given the times. And you? What brings you here? Wandering so close to the heart of Connacht's business. You don't strike me as the idle type. Life at court is a delicate dance. It's calm on the surface, but underneath, there's always tension. Managing affairs, settling disputes, keeping the wheels turning. It's not for the faint of heart. Lord Yvain means well, but he makes decisions slowly, too slowly sometimes. Not that I complain. It's a role I've accepted, and one I'll carry out for as long as I'm needed. It's a quiet kind of chaos, but one we must master, for the sake of Connacht and those who call it home. Challenging doesn't begin to describe it. The court is the heart of Connacht, and if it falters, the rest follows. That's a heavy weight to bear. But if I'm honest, it's the plague that keeps me awake at night. I've seen what it does, how it spreads, how it steals lives without mercy. I lost my family to it. The only reason I'm still here is because I was locked away at court while they were quarantined. Since then, protecting this place, keeping it safe, has been more than a duty. It's been everything. Until next time, let's hope you bring good news. What is it? Does it now? Very well. Tell Osmond that... what shall we tell him? That I thank him for his concern, and that I will take his advice under consideration. I know. I already asked Anselm to tell her to wait. But Morag's a stubborn one. Honestly, what does she expect me to do? I'm not about to argue the legate over one inn. Not when there are far more pressing matters at hand. I don't doubt that, but Connacht is in a precarious position. I wouldn't be surprised if Denholm shuts the inn down out of fear of rebellion, and I'm hardly in a position to challenge his decision. We all have to endure these inconveniences a little longer. Well, surely she's been given some sort of compensation, hasn't she? Oh, that is unfortunate. I can see why she's upset. Very well. Tell her she'll be paid part of the damages from my coffers, and I'll speak with Denholm about her situation. When I have the time. I can't offer more than that. As long as this stalemate with Camelot holds, reopening the inn is out of the question. That's my final decision. Now,
The less attention, the better.
And? What? But the inn stays closed? Figures. So now instead of standing around here, I'll be stuck at home, hoping those thugs from Camelot will graciously pay what they owe me. I'd say it's better than nothing, but honestly, it's barely that. Eh? Should have known better than to count on that good-for-nothing lordling. Thank you, stranger. I'm glad at least someone here still cares about the common folk.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
Look around you. We're not here. It's just greedy, deceitful lords. There is no Sagramore want and vain. He does nothing. Present but absent. Always absent. Always uncertain. Kunark is doomed, as is Yvain's entire bloodline. I've seen his cursed. I've seen it haunt my endless nightmares. A kingdom now forgotten by all. An aberration that should never have existed. I saw it. He made them kneel and cry his name. Sagramore! 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 Gold, the true nothingness.
Oi, you. You're new here, aren't you? I don't think I've seen you around before. Ah, no, sorry. It's just that we don't see many new faces around here. Just us and the locals and, well, if you haven't noticed yet, they're not the friendliest bunch. Do they? Then maybe we're all just sick of looking at each other. I'm sure they're not all bad. This must all be quite hard for them. But it's not like I want to be here either. I've got a pregnant wife waiting for me at home. Let me buy a book for her. Yeah, about birthing and labor and whatnot. It's going to be our first, you see, so my wife's worried sick. I wanted to send it to her to ease her mind, you know?
But that Dalrita wench chased me out of her bookshop and won't let me back in.
I know, right? And here I thought I'd seen everything. I was sure they didn't even know how to read. Anyway, Grail seems to hate my guts. Well, could you? I'd be really grateful. Just don't tell her it's for me. She won't sell it to you otherwise. Please, I'll pay you back. I'll even throw in something extra. Please, for my wife. Oh,
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Oh, how did it go? Did he read it? What did he say? Ha! You see? I always say when someone speaks sense, even a lord perks up his ears. Good work. Here's the payment I promised.
Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start. Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private. Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all. Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with more grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think, although mostly it's just prejudice. They're not all bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lack of ambition to be the top Vokar warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest. I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it, though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop using my name just because my little sister told me to. Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection? Huh. Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies. This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me. Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need to do. I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him. And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there. Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations! Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here. Is that so? How about... Oh, is it now? I do. The question is, do you? I bet he sold you some sob story about how a big bad Del Rita chased him off because he's a poor Camlosian soldier. Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his poor wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go easy on him. Well...
Nice to see you.
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet? Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you. I hope it'll put my wife's mind at ease. Here's your money, and a little extra.
Haven't seen your face around here before. A visitor, eh? Try to stay out of trouble. I'd rather not have to put your name on the bounty board. No, that'd be Sheena. I keep this camp running and make sure everyone's pulling their weight. Idle hands have no place in Camelot's army, especially not on a mission like this. Trouble is, we've got more work than men. So if you're looking to earn some coin, check the notice board. I've posted a few bounties. I can't spare any soldiers to deal with things outside of Kunacht, but I'll be damned if I let those bandit scum run loose. I handle what makes soldiers fight. Sheena handles what keeps them comfortable. You want glory and gold? See me. You want a softer pillow or a warm meal? That's Sheena's domain. Legate Denham is in charge here. Sometimes I wonder if he upset someone higher up to get sent on this mission, because this place, it's a damn mess. Lord Yvain's acting like a maiden on her wedding night. The Red Priests are throwing their weight around, and the locals are ignoring the fact that they're all about to be swallowed by the weirdness. I have no idea how the legate puts up with it all. But, well, at least he's got me to make sure his orders are carried out. I'm Immunis Askel. If you're here for war stories, forget it. I've no time to entertain idle curiosity. Most of the fighting's behind me now. I've traded my sword for paperwork. Not glamorous, but necessary. Once we're done here, maybe I'll finally retire. Then I'll have all the time in the world to spin tales for nosy brats like you. I'll await your...
Ah, here's our troublemaker. You've really caused a stir around here with that spectacle in front of the Menhir. I had everything in order. The cart was ready, and people were all set to move to Camelot. But now, you appear out of nowhere, and suddenly a dying pile of stones lights up like a bonfire. That's bad. That's very bad. Firstly, because now I have to write yet another report to Camelot that we're going to be late, and that they need to send us even more supplies. Secondly, you've somehow reignited the Menhir, and this has reignited people's hopes that they can stay. And that's dangerous. And before you ask why it's dangerous, take a look around town. The recent Red Death outbreak took its toll, and I'm pretty sure things are just going to get worse and worse. But you should be thankful to them. Their hopes are the only reason we haven't locked you up for sabotaging our initiative. You can go tell Murig that your presence doesn't change anything about our deal, and that you are unwilling to help with his endeavors, whatever they may be. And if he doesn't listen, play along, but come back to me when you learn what he has planned. Isn't it obvious? For the safety of all the residents of Avalon. Only by gathering the Menhirs in one place and reigniting them will we be able to keep ourselves safe from the weirdness. Avalon's population has significantly declined over recent years. We're on the brink of extinction, damn it. That's why we need to stick together, to take care of each other. Only Camelot possesses the necessary infrastructure to establish the right conditions for its people. If they remain here, they will die, either from the weirdness itself or from the horde of monsters it spawns. And there aren't enough soldiers here for their protection. You must know that I didn't come here just to obey orders. I truly believe that this is the only way to save everyone on Avalon. Then at the very least, we'll have bought some time for those wiser than us to think of an alternative solution. Perhaps we will invade Tuathan, like in the glorious old days? Or perhaps someone will find a way to free the derelict fleet, allowing us return to the homelands. I don't know. But there's one thing I'm certain of, and I'll repeat it as often as necessary. Only by standing together can we overcome the weirdness. Scattering our people across the island is the worst solution, and it's a sure path to our ruin. Murig, who apparently prefers to be called Maggot, is a druid, even though he may not look the part. And druids are the only ones who know the rituals necessary to ignite the Menhirs. Due to bad luck, or more accurately, the decisions of my superiors, our options for druids are limited. That's why I'm forced to work with Murig, and Prophet be my witness, neither of us is happy about that. But I'm no fool. I know that what happened in front of the Menhir might make Murig consider double-crossing us. He'll try to find a way to reignite the Menhir so that it could stay in Kunok despite our agreement. So, if you ever find out what he's planning, if he ever asks you to fetch something for his ritual, you make sure you come to me first. I'll await your return. I'll await your...